Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. It is exactly 9:28 a.m., the second hour of news and views on Salam Media. And we're now going to be talking with Moaaz Casoo. He was a participant in the Palestine Marathon. It is a campaign by Africa Muslim agencies. And I'm interested to hear what was this all about and his experience and how they African Muslim agencies touch the lives of Palestinian families. Moaaz Casoo, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sister Julie, and to the listeners back home.
Okay, when you're saying back home, are you still in Palestine?
No, I've just arrived, so got some jet lag, but I've just arrived quite late.
Okay,
And at
okay.
work for the moment.
All right. This sounds amazing. It's entitled The Wish Campaign, and you were a participant in what was called the Palestine Marathon. So, just for understanding what this was all about, it wasn't a race of sorts, any sport event, or any such thing. It was really about touching lives and making a difference, as Amma always does, and is on the ground all across the Middle East, trying to make a difference, a meaningful difference in the lives of impoverished people.
Yes, 100%. I think what made us look forward to this race and participate specifically in the race was those that are runners would know and understand. You normally don't get an opportunity to do humanitarian work during a race.
Oh,
And
wow.
so the Palestine Marathon went through two different refugee camps, and one being Al Aida and one being Al Daisha. So, Alhamdulillah, during the marathon, we were fortunate enough to grant a wish and change the life of many people in Palestine by stopping to two different refugee camps during running and providing them humanitarian aid in terms of hampers and water for the families of these two refugee camps. And I think that was the key focus of the trip because it was unique. Where during a race you get an opportunity to stop and assist people in terms of humanitarian aid. And through Africa Muslim Agency, Alhamdulillah, this was made possible by the donors from South Africa, where they contributed generously towards this project. And Alhamdulillah, we were on the ground to physically give out these hampers to the people of Palestine, and they were really, really grateful and thankful. And at the same time, it was the launch of the Ramadan campaign in Palestine. So, inshallah, through the contributions from the donors during the month of Ramadan, Africa Muslim Agency's teams on the ground will even be distributing food and water to the people of Palestine during the month of Ramadan, inshallah.
Ameen. Okay, so Moaaz, let me just get my story straight here. You were not a participant of the marathon. Did you in fact run, or were you there as part of African Muslim agencies to hand out the hampers, etc., and just to make sure that your presence is felt and that the Palestinian people do know that we here in South Africa, particularly Amma, is there to support them, has been there and will always be there.
Inshallah, yes. I actually did take part in the race.
Oh,
That's why
wow.
I think it was unique for a
Wow.
runner to
Okay.
run during a race and stop during the race and to give out humanitarian aid and granting the wish to change a life for people to receive food hampers during the race. So that was something unique where during the race we stopped at two different refugee camps and provided hampers for the people of Palestine.
So, Moaaz, I'm wondering about the logistics in preparation for the race. Being South Africans, and I think I saw one or two other South Africans with you holding up the South African flag. They could have been members from Amma as well. How difficult was that? How much in advance did you apply? And during the race itself, did you feel particularly free as you would have felt back in South Africa running a half a marathon or a marathon for that matter? Was it pretty smooth sailing for the runners, yourself included?
Alhamdulillah, preparation start, I think, long in advance. Africa Muslim Agency has teams on the ground in various countries throughout the world, one being Palestine. So they had two different teams, one in Ramallah, another one in Bethlehem and Jerusalem, that facilitated all the logistics and made our life a lot easier. So when we arrived, I mean, as usual, people would understand. You would be kept aside to frustrate you for some time. You just got to have a lot of sabr, and we went through the motions. And thereafter, we drove to Bethlehem. We met the teams in Bethlehem. We visited Ramallah. We visited Masjid al-Aqsa. We contributed at Masjid al-Aqsa. We gave out vouchers, food vouchers at Masjid al-Aqsa. In Ramallah as well, we visited homes. We met the people. We went to Hebron as well. But main focus was in Bethlehem at the marathon. I think for us, we felt quite safe where we were moving with the teams of from Palestine, and they have their contacts within their jurisdicted areas. But obviously, in the back of your mind, you always are concerned and you're sort of worried because what you see visually prior to arriving in Palestine of the violence of the sniper attacks, against the Palestinian people. So that is always at the back of your mind: is would anyone just attack you? Would someone just come and shoot at you? So you were a bit worried, but Alhamdulillah, there was quite a bit of security, and I say security, I mean Palestinian security. A lot of Red Cross people, a lot of the Palestine Marathon officials on the ground. So you felt quite safe during the race, and I mean, Alhamdulillah, there's people from various countries. I think the
Wow.
UK had a contingency of 100 participants, majority of them being Muslim. So it was not just Palestinians in the race, but there was vast amount of people from foreign countries, including Europe, that participated. And I think we all felt quite safe during the race. There wasn't any incidents, Alhamdulillah. And I mean, like I say, you ran through two different refugee camps. You run through all occupied areas by the Israelis. So it was something very unique. I mean, very emotional running through the streets of Bethlehem and Palestine, just to think of what the Muslims go through and the suffering on a daily basis. And Allah has provided us the opportunity through Africa Muslim Agency to witness this and to see the people's living conditions and to hear their stories. And I think that was quite emotional during the race. But Alhamdulillah, everything went well. And I think the people were very happy to see us from South Africa. And they just asked for the people back home to make du'as. And we promised them that, inshallah, through the contributions from South Africa, that we will be able to grant them their wishes and change their lives, inshallah, in the future.
Thumma Ameen. So, do you think this is going to become a regular event? And how big? How big have you come back with a cold?
Yeah, I actually went with a cold. It just
Okay.
hasn't happened. Yeah.
And you still took a chance in running. That's not a good idea. But anyway, um, are you hoping this will become an annual event? That's question number one. And also, you spoke about running through two camps. Was the presence of the settlers very evident? And I know that in the back of your minds, the foreign runners, was the worry that you might get a sniper taking a shot at someone, but was their presence visible? How did that make you feel if it was very visible?
So inshallah, yes, we have spoken to the team back in South Africa from Africa Muslim Agency, and we advise them this is something we should look at annually. The mere fact, just because, like I say, we're visiting these refugee camps during a race, which is unique on its own. And inshallah, we look forward to going back and helping the people, being the launch for Ramadan in Palestine. It's something that we can look forward to providing the dates and time coincide just before Ramadan. I don't see why we shouldn't be going back each year to launch the Ramadan campaign in Palestine during the race. And yes, I think visiting these camps, alhamdulillah, like I said, there was quite a bit of Palestinian security. So we felt quite safe. Nobody intimidated us, or we didn't feel scared when we came to the refugee camps. We had the Mufti of Bethlehem and his people with us throughout the race, and we felt quite safe. They have various contacts, and they know a lot of people. So we were taken good care of, alhamdulillah. So from that side, we didn't have any fear. But at the back of your mind, you were always concerned and worried based on what you saw in the past on videos and photos. But alhamdulillah, it went exceptionally well.
So, and how big was the South African contingency, the
We were
runners?
three of us from the Africa Muslim Agency team, I don't think, to my knowledge, there was any other South Africans. We didn't see anyone else with a South African flag running. So, to my knowledge, it was just three of us from South Africa that took part in this race.
Alhamdulillah, wonderful, well done indeed. We're so proud of you and the rest of the team of AMA. Let's talk a little more about the Wish campaign. How does it tie in with the marathon? How did it tie in? And is this going to be ongoing?
Yes, Alhamdulillah. I mean, so how it tied in is when we visited the Palestinian families. I think the videos will come out fairly soon, inshallah, in this week. Obviously, we wanted to hear different stories about Palestinians and the lack of freedom, the lack of movement. What is your wish? I mean, wish can be very simple, but some of the wishes the people provided us, I'll give you some insight, was some of the kids were wishing that they don't have to endure this security checks, on a daily basis. Others were wishing that the snipers could stop shooting and killing randomly. You had some people as young as 10, 11 wishing for to become doctors, wishing to become teachers, wishing for their businesses which their mums or dads are running to flourish and grow so that life becomes easy for them. I mean, you've got to bear in mind from 1948, 49, they've been in refugee camps and they've struggled a lot and quite a bit. And on an ongoing basis, they don't know what could change at any given time. The Israelis come and attack them and take away what they have. So it's very, very difficult for them. And in South Africa, we might have wishes or desires of, like for the kids, a PlayStation or new clothes and new techies. And this is not their wish. Their wish is to grow and then to stop the violence and to stop the occupation. And, and that is heartwarming to see young kids thinking so far in the future and having such big dreams compared to what our kids here in South Africa are wishing for. I mean, simple thing is we wish you could have food, on a daily basis. We wish you could have suhoor and iftar, which are things which we take for luxury. I mean, if you look at our homes, the fridges and freezers are full, packed with savories. We walked into some home, they don't have cupboards in their homes. The woman's bedroom is next to her fridge, and that's all that she has. And I mean, whatever else she had in terms of groceries, you can see with your eyes, and you know what we have in our homes compared to what she has, and you feel, so helpless at that point in time, and you make dua and you want to do so much for them, and hence we have to thank the donors for making it possible for us to provide her with meals and to provide her with hampers and to assure her that this Ramadan, inshallah, Africa Muslim Agency will be there on the ground to help them out. And I mean, we can't cover everybody, but at least it's a start. And our donors have really come to the party, alhamdulillah, by contributing towards this cause and obviously granting the wish and changing the lives of the few that we have met. And inshallah, over the next month, there will be changing the lives of many. I mean, we even met people from Gaza, alhamdulillah, at Masjid al-Aqsa. And we wish we had more to give. That's how many people were in need. But there's only so much you can take at that specific time because of the restrictions and the security. But inshallah, we will be back and we will be there to help them and continuously help the people of Palestine. And that's all they need is they want your du'as, they want your support, they want you to come and visit, and they want us to come and tell our experiences and our stories back home in our country so more people can come and visit them and support them, inshallah.
Inshallah, Moaaz, I have no doubt in my mind that you are a regular runner, and inshallah, next year this time you will be running the Palestine Marathon once again. I do hope that pre that event or months before that you start putting it out in our community so that we can get lots of other young people joining this amazing Palestine Marathon. Let them go there and experience for themselves firsthand what is this all about, and let them truly appreciate what we have, life in South Africa, and for us to then become more giving as far as the Palestinian and any and every cause that AMA is involved with. Let us become more involved. Let's start taking our young people to experience this marathon, and they will truly see how blessed we are in South Africa, so we can start making a more meaningful difference through Africa Muslim Agency.
I mean, shukran. Yes, I think it's something we will look forward to. We just got to give some feedback to the team back home here in South Africa. and advise them on our experiences and the opportunities and what the needs are on the ground. And yeah, inshallah, we will look forward to taking a larger contingency team going next year. But for now, let's just give feedback and see what the team has to say about it, and look at all the requirements, because I mean it's not as simple as going to any other country to run. We all understand the logistics and the pains that one has to endure, so we've got to take that into consideration when planning for a marathon, especially in Palestine. There are some challenges, but inshallah next year we look to taking a bigger team, and we hope to continue helping the Palestinian people, especially the launch has now taken place. Ramadan is next, within the next week, and then thereafter, after Ramadan, it should continue. It shouldn't be just for the marathon and just for Ramadan. So we just got to put all the building blocks in place. So inshallah, come next year, the infrastructure has been put in place and becomes a lot easier for the teams going forward to assist the people in Palestine and the various camps, inshallah.
Inshallah. As we've been speaking, we've been flighting some pictures that were taken at the marathon. And one of the pictures that caught my eye was a couple of ladies in wheelchairs at one of the probably drinking stations, I should imagine. Tell me, what was that all about?
Okay, so this is the disabled community in Bethlehem, and they took part in the 10-kilometer race.
Wow.
So it's phenomenal. I mean, one would think they're sitting in a wheelchair and they're just looking, or sitting at the starting or finishing line. No, we actually witnessed them completing a 10-kilometer race. And this was phenomenal and very inspiring. I mean, disabled people are very close to my heart, and I had to take a photo and greet them and talk to them, because, I mean, it's phenomenal just to think. I mean, normally, people here in South Africa or other countries only feel that able bodies should be running or partaking in a marathon or a run or a walk. And here they facilitated for the disabled. And some of them got electronic wheelchairs. Others were being pushed by their families or loved ones. And it was just so heartwarming to see that they've come out in full support and participating in the marathon. And I mean, that was phenomenal just to see. And I mean, these are just few of the members. If memory serves me correct, there was over about 10 to 15 of them that took part in this marathon. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. That's it. That's where we leave it. Any final thoughts from your side before we wrap up, inshallah?
I just think that for the Muslim community in South Africa, Alhamdulillah, we are fortunate, we are blessed. We have so much, and Allah has provided us, which we have to say, shukran and Alhamdulillah. But there are people in Palestine and other countries throughout the world who are suffering, who don't have the luxuries that we have. And the month of Ramadan is upon us. We know it's the month of giving, the month of the Quran. Brothers and sisters, let's make a difference to others that are in need. Like I said, our homes are filled and we're fortunate. Others don't have the luxury. They don't have these privileges that we may have. So we ask you from the bottom of our heart to dig deep in your pockets and think about your fellow Muslim brothers and sisters. Africa Muslim Agency, during Ramadan, will be distributing to 15 different countries, one being Palestine. But we ask you to please contribute towards Africa Muslim Agency so we can make and grant a wish and change the life of somebody around the world, inshallah. So for those that want to contribute, please visit the website www.africamuslimagency.co.za, and inshallah we can make a difference to somebody who is in need.
Inshallah, Allah accept all efforts and keep up the amazing work at Africa Muslim Agency. It's nice talking to you, and I hope that you're going to rest and take that cough of yours to the doctor. You need to heal before Ramadan starts, inshallah. Nice talking with you. Assalamu alaikum. That was Moaaz Casoo talking to us about participating in the Palestine Marathon. Amazing. It just blows my mind to think that this event actually took place and they were safe, and it was an experience not only for the South African participants, the team from Africa Muslim Agencies, but for us to have made our presence felt in Palestine and show the Palestinian people that we are behind them and we support them fully, inshallah. Let's hope it does become an annual event and that lots more young people from South Africa will participate going forward, inshallah. It is exactly 8:48 a.m. News and Views on Salam Media. Pardon, 9:48. Our final interview, and we are going to talk about the devastating floods and landslides, the storm, the havoc that Storm Freddy has caused to the countries of Mozambique and Malawi. We'll be talking with Sheikh Aminuddin Mohammed. He is the president of the Islamic Council and Council of Religion in Mozambique. Please do stay with us.